WikiLeaks founder Julian Assange addressed the United Nations General Assembly. Assange attacked the US in his speech and said that it's time for the US to cease its persecution of WikiLeaks. While accusing the US of supporting the Middle Eastern dictators, Assange said that he was going to expose the truth behind the current US government. Making a scathing remark against both UK and Sweden, he said that both the nations didn't guarantee that he wouldn't be extradited to the US. Two massive explosions in Damascus, Syria, targeting the regime's military command center were set off by a suicide car bomber, killing 4 people. 4 dead were military guards and 14 other people were wounded, including civilians and military personnel. Blasts went off at about 10 minutes apart in the capital, setting off hours of sporadic gun battle and a raging fire inside the heavily guarded compound. Addressing the 67th session of the United Nations General Assembly on Wednesday, British Prime Minister David Cameron lauded those who threw their support behind the Arab Spring, saying it has brought about progress throughout the world. But Cameron was critical of those who turned a blind eye to dictatorial regimes, including Syria, which he said were dangerous. Making a blunt statement, Cameron said that the only way forward for the conflict-torn country was for the leadership to change. Police continued to clash with protesters hurling petrol bombs and bottles in central Athens on Wednesday after an anti-government rally called as part of a general strike in Greece turned violent. Riot police used tear gas and pepper spray against several hundred demonstrators after violence broke out near the country's parliament. About 50,000 people joined union-organized march, which was held during a general strike against new austerity measures planned in Greece. Thousands of people filled a plaza near the United Nations building in New York on Wednesday to protest against the Iranian regime. The protest came as Iranian President Mahmoud Ahmadinejad addressed the annual gathering of world leaders at the United Nations. Protesters danced in Ahmadinejad costumes and outfits depicting Syria's President Bashar Assad to demonstrate Iran's support for the government in crackdown. In Syria, former New York City Mayor Rudolph Giuliani and former U.S. House Speaker Newt Gingrich were also present during these protests.